In a small town nestled between rolling hills and whispering pines, where everyone knew each other's stories, lived a man named Daniel and his 10-year-old son, Liam. Daniel was a mechanic, his hands stained with grease but his heart full of love for Liam, his only child. After losing his wife, Sarah, to illness 3 years prior, Daniel poured his soul into raising Liam, teaching him to fix engines and dream big. Liam, with his bright green eyes and boundless spirit, saw his father as more than a man. He was his hero, the one who could mend anything, from a broken toy to a shattered heart. But life took a cruel turn. Daniel was accused of stealing tools and parts from the garage where he worked, a crime he didn't commit. The evidence was circumstantial, a missing inventory list, a co-worker's grudge, but in a town where rumors spread like wildfire, Daniel's reputation crumbled. Neighbors who once waved warmly now turned away. Liam watched his father's shoulders slump under the weight of judgment, but he never doubted him. "You're honest, Papa," he'd say, clutching Daniel's hand. "I know you are." The trial loomed like a storm cloud. The courtroom, with its stark walls and heavy air, felt like a cage. Daniel sat on the defendant's bench, his face calm but his eyes betraying the pain of betrayal. Liam insisted on being there, sitting in the front row beside his aunt, Emily, who had taken him in during the ordeal. In his small hands, Liam held a letter he'd written to his father, its edges crumpled from being read and reread. Emily squeezed his shoulder, but Liam's gaze never left Daniel. The prosecution painted Daniel as a desperate man, willing to steal to provide for his son. The defense fought hard, but the evidence seemed stacked against them. On the day of the verdict, tension gripped the courtroom. The judge, a stern woman with graying hair, asked Daniel if he had final words. He stood, his voice steady but heavy. "I didn't steal," he said. "I've worked my whole life to give my son a future. I ask you to see the truth, not for me, but for him." Before the judge could respond, Liam leapt to his feet, his voice cutting through the silence like a bell. "Papa, you're my hero," he shouted. The courtroom froze. Every eye turned to the boy, his face flushed with conviction. "My papa would never do anything wrong. He fixes things, he helps people, he's the best man I know." Tears streamed down his cheeks as he held up his letter, words scrawled in a child's hand. "I wrote it all here, how he stays up late to help me with homework, how he fixed Mrs. Carter's car for free when she couldn't pay. You don't know him, but I do." The room was silent, the weight of Liam's words settling over everyone. Even the prosecutor shifted uncomfortably. Emily wiped tears from her eyes, and the judge's stern expression softened. Liam's voice, raw and unyielding, had cracked open the heart of the trial. The judge called for a recess, ordering a review of new testimony the defense had uncovered, a co-worker's confession, buried under pressure, that he'd framed Daniel out of jealousy. Days later, the truth emerged. Daniel was cleared of all charges. As the judge declared him free, the courtroom erupted in applause. Liam ran to his father, throwing his arms around him. Daniel lifted him up, whispering, "You're my hero, too, buddy." The letter, now framed, hung in their home, a reminder of the day a boy's love turned the tide. The town rallied around them. Neighbors apologized, bringing casseroles and kind words. Daniel rebuilt his life, his hands once again crafting beauty from broken things. Liam, inspired by the ordeal, started a school club to help kids whose parents faced hard times, his courage sparking change. Emily, proud of her nephew, often read his letter aloud, her voice trembling with pride. That moment in the courtroom became legend, a story of a boy's unwavering faith and a father's quiet strength. Daniel and Liam grew closer, their bond unbreakable. Each night, under a sky full of stars, Liam would say, "Papa, you're my hero," and Daniel would reply, "And you're mine." Their love, fierce and true, proved that even in the darkest moments, a child's heart can light the way to justice. Thank you for watching this story till the end. Sparkles, if it touched your heart, please support us. Thumbs up, give it a like. Speech balloon. Share your thoughts in the comments. Bell. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire and make you believe in miracles. Your participation means a lot to us.